It's a brand new day and welcome to Pia's Kitchen for another delightful episode of Kitchen Stories. Ang show na busog sa sarap at kwento, kaya naman paborito at pinipili ng mapiling ina. My name is Chin and this is...
I'm Mimi.
This episode is brought to you by the mas pinakreamy Magnolia Cheezee and Magnolia Dari Creme. Despite my busy schedule, I always try to find time to bond with my children, especially Mimi. And one of the most favorite time of the day that I enjoy is breakfast. Either telling stories or passing down family recipes like how my mom used to always talk to me about. So, what are you waiting for, mga moms? Invite your kids, your teens, and even daddy to get involved in the kitchen because cooking can be a great way to bond with your family, especially appreciating food and stories, and of course, prepare them together, so that's a great bonding time. So, today we'll be cooking a very simple but really delicious recipe para sa whole family. Kapartner natin dito ang mas pinakreamy na Magnolia Cheezee that's very easy to slice and great at ang Magnolia Dari Creme na talaga namang subok na talaga ng mga moms, and it will make your dishes more malinamnam and katakam-takam, and for sure, kids will also love. And bukod pa dyan, it's also very affordable. So, pasok na pasok sa family budget. So, are you ready to make our dish, Mimi?
Yes, Mom, but what about the story?
Of course, Mimi, but before that, you have to check what's inside our basket. So, let's see what's inside. Is it round?
Yeah.
Is it spiky?
Yeah.
Spiky or smooth?
Smooth.
Smooth. Are you ready to get what's inside?
Yeah.
All right, you can take it out. What is it?
An apple.
An apple! Yes, it is an apple. That's what we're going to be using today. Did you know that the apple tree can grow up to 40 feet high and can live for over 100 years? Not only that, apples are also a great source of fiber and nutrients, and it's perfect for growing kids like you. Like what they say, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. So, I have a yummy dish in mind that will really taste so good with our Magnolia Cheezee na mas lalong pinakreamy and Magnolia Dari Creme. Drum roll, please! It's your favorite cheesy pancakes with caramel apples.
Let's do it.
Yes, Mimi, it's really easy to prepare. So here are the ingredients that we're going to need. For our cheesy pancake with caramel apples, here are our ingredients. 400 grams Magnolia pancake mix, 2/3 cup fresh milk, 1 egg, 2 tablespoons of melted Magnolia Dairy Cream buttermilk flavor, 1 cup or about half a block of Magnolia Cheezee 440 grams size cubed. For our applesauce, 2 tablespoons of Magnolia Dairy Creme Buttermilk, 1 piece Fuji apple cubed into smaller pieces, 3 tablespoons of brown sugar, a pinch of salt, half a cup of maple syrup, and a teaspoon of cinnamon.
Do you know, Mommy, where apples come from?
Well, it's time to tell you the story behind our main ingredient. There was once a young boy named Andy Mansan. His family was poor, but it was important for his parents that they raised Andy well. Andy was a good kid. He was kind, sweet, and helpful, and those qualities made him so popular in their hometown. Everyone adores him. He likes to sing when he sees someone feeling sad. He is always mindful of being respectful to his elders, and he always extends help to anyone in need, no matter what. One day, while he was walking on his way home, he saw an old woman lying sick on the road. Without hesitation, he helped the old woman and brought her to their house. His parents were surprised and concerned, especially because they did not have enough food to serve for everyone. The following day, he brought home 2 injured dogs. This time, his parents got angry because there is no more space in their home and the old woman is still recovering. The following week, he went home carrying a basket.
What's inside the basket?
Well, that's for you to find out after we finish preparing the dish later, Mimi, but we have to pause for a break. We will also start cooking when we return, so stay with us here on Kitchen Stories. you're watching Kitchen Stories here on CNN Philippines. So are you ready to prepare our cheesy pancake with caramel apples, Mimi?
Yes.
Yes! Alright, so here's what we need to do. So we have a bowl here, Mimi. You can place our pancake mix inside. Okay, go. Pour everything. Let's add some eggs. There you go. And we will add our milk. Okay, there. Good job, Toots. And now, let's use a wire whisk. So you can just whisk it slowly. So while Mimi is whisking that, we'll turn on the heat so we can melt our Magnolia Dairy Creme Buttermilk. So let's melt the Magnolia Dairy Cream. So adding it to a batter, especially for pancake mixes, gives it crispy texture. So it's also going to be very good. So let's mix it until the clumps finish. All right, so next, it's hot, Mimi. Watch your hand. We're going to put our Magnolia Dairy Cream Buttermilk inside. So we're going to now start cooking. So 1 ladle full. So let's make small ones for the kitties. So there you go. While this is cooking, now it's time to add our cheese in the middle. There's nuggets of melted cheese inside. True. Cheese makes everything much better. So let's get that going. We're actually using Magnolia Cheezee block for this recipe, and I love that it's perfect for this particular recipe because it's mild, the flavor is mild, and it just gives an extra oomph to our pancake. Okay, so this recipe can actually make about 6 pancakes. I love cheesy block because you can actually add it in your usual snack time. You can mix it in lumpia, you can fry it, and there's melted cheese inside. Wow, isn't that the best? So now we're making 1 more batch of our pancake with cheesy block inside. It's so good. I can smell the flavor of the buttermilk Magnolia Dairy Cream in our batter. It's actually making it more flavorful. The aroma is much better if you add Magnolia Dairy Cream Buttermilk. Yay! This one looks good. I love the color. Alright, so we're done with making our cheesy pancake. Now it's time to make the sauce that goes on top of our cheesy pancake. So we'll start off with also the melted Magnolia Dairy Cream Buttermilk earlier. So we'll use half of that inside. So we'll add the sugar. There, so that's 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. So now we're going to add our apples. So in this recipe, you can actually use other fruits if you want to put berries, strawberries, cherry. So you can do anything. So it's perfect. Wow! We can add our maple syrup. Maple syrup! Yay! Oh my goodness. Now we're going to add a pinch of our cinnamon. Perfect, Mimi. 1 more. I love cinnamon on apples. It smells like Christmas here. And always when you have anything sweet, a pinch of salt balances the sweetness. So we'll add a pinch of salt over that. So now pretty much our sauce is done. You just let the apples cook for a little bit, around 5 minutes should be okay. Now it's time to pour our syrup with apples on top of our pancake. Yay! Oh wow! So while we transfer this to a nice plate, I want to tell you the rest of the story. What happened to Andy?
What happened, Mommy?
So Andy brought a sick old woman and 2 injured dogs to their house. The following week, he went home carrying a basket. When his parents looked inside the basket, there was a baby. His parents were shocked and speechless. Andy said he heard a baby crying coming from the basket floating in the river. So he came to rescue the baby. His parents said, "How are we going to raise this child? We're very poor. We don't have money and enough food on the table." Andy said, "I will help Father in the farm." His parents agreed. Days and weeks had passed. The 2 dogs have fully recovered, and the old woman was feeling much better. And not long after, she transformed into a very beautiful fairy. She was cursed by an evil spirit, and the only way to cure her is to find someone with a pure heart. It was Andy. The fairy thanked Andy and her family for their kindness and for helping her. She also gave Andy red and green seeds to plant in their farm. Then, the fairy disappeared. The next morning, they noticed trees growing in their farm with fruits of red and green colors. They picked and tasted the fruit. The food was sweet, crunchy, juicy, and delicious. The family decided to sell it in town, and from then on, the family began to earn more money, enough to build a new house, send Andy to school, and raise the child as the new member of the family together with the dogs. The fruit became so famous, and they decided to call it manzanas, named after the family of Manzan.
The end. And I think our dish is ready. We're going to add the last touch of Magnolia Dairy Creme Buttermilk on top. So it's perfect melting with all the syrup and the cheesiness of the pancakes. I am so excited to try this recipe because this is my absolute favorite. So let's give it a try. Alright, so here's our cheesy pancakes with caramel apple. First of all, I love how fluffy this looks. And fluffy pancakes is everything. And I love the smell and the aroma of the Magnolia Dairy Cream that's going and wafting in my nose. And I always say this, I wish there was a smell button or even a taste button so you can try this out. So let's give it a try. One, and I like a little bit of syrup. I like the cinnamon flavor also. And I love that when we incorporated the Magnolia cheese inside, let's see how that's going to pop inside my mouth. Let's try it. I have no words. It's so delicious. Sobrang sarap. Pinakreamy pa siya nung cheesy block. And especially the smell of it and the taste. Then the melted dairy cream. You always have to add Magnolia Dairy Cream on top of hot pancakes. It makes it more malinamnam. Tell me how you like it. Good? How is it?
Best pancake ever, Mom.
Really? Oh my goodness. So what have you learned from our story today, Mimi? To be kind and helpful. I know, Mimi. When you are kind and when you are helpful to other people without asking for anything in return, good things come to you when you are good to other people. So, we'll catch you again next time as we cook more hearty meals for the whole family and share stories behind all these special ingredients that we are making. My name is Chef Chin and this is me. So catch you again here next time on CNN Philippines. Bye!